Hey CSD, what's up? It's been a while. Thank you for your guidance. Anyway, what happened to your book? Did you finish it? I'm waiting for it. A good book writes itself. And I'll explain in a second. Thought is known to have the head of an ibis for a reason. An ibis sticks its head into darkness, the murky waters, and it goes down and grabs fish and pulls up substance. I've been doing this whole thing where I'm going in and coming back out, going in and coming back out, and really understanding the finer mechanisms within the creation so that when I write the book, I can give you a whole new type of genre. Not fiction or nonfiction. It's a tricky subject, kind of, how you navigate it. Maybe it's like a triction. I don't know. So currently we're inside R&D and me and other saints and sages, we're doing things, working on the issues. If you want to help, speed up the R&D process, I can go ahead and give you some of the things I've been working on, some understandings, some cool stuff for the cool kids. Now, in true Cosmic Space Dad fashion, we're gonna take a little trippy trip so you can see what I've been working on. We cooking in the kitchen, y'all. Now, we all know how Abram was given the H inside of his name to become Abraham. And you can take Abraham and kind of rearrange it and it becomes Abrahma. Brahma, right? Fiery workman. And we all know that the word aspirate means like an independent sound, or the H. So the H means to aspirate, to breathe. The H given inside the name. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. The eighth letter of the alphabet. You know how the letter 8, you do a Mason thing. Let's take a square, turn the 8 to the side, and make it eternal. The breath can be endless if you take control of your breath. The gift of breath allows a lot more than just communication. Saturn's symbol is a H. Whenever you run out of breath, you go over the hill and you leave. Think of the H as being like a candlestick, right? And that whole line that goes there burns down. And when it burns down and it gets down so far, it leaves. Your spirit leaves you because the breath is left. Everyone's always calling Saturn Satan. So, what does that actually mean? Remember, just like the word Adam, there have been countless attempts to find the origin of the word Satan. And just as the word Adam, all post-modern Sumerian languages were not able to offer a clue. It turns out it came from the Sumerian word Satan, which means administrator. So basically, the guy whose symbol is breath wants you to become responsible for the breaths you take and actually use them for things. Instead of playing Saturn's game, how you use your time is a thing. So in order to write the book, I'm having to take time to actually sit up here and make sure I put together something pretty decent for everyone. And inside of this, I'm also gathering different types of breath. I was missing a piece that my friend Curl gave me inside of our passing last year. So let's put the pieces together. If you didn't know, I'm kind of a badass, and so let's talk about the three pure breaths. They are regarded as pure manifestations of the Tao and the origin of all sentient beings, along with the lords of the three life principles or breaths. They were also gods who were associated with the sky, the earth, and the underworld. The first pure breath, the breath of the child. When you're little, you breathe in into your belly and out. And by doing this belly breath, as babies breathe, they build up a little core of chi inside them. So, as you sit there and you grow, you already have this little rock of chi inside your belly, right? Because this is blessings from heaven. And you start breathing. You breathe in a lot more than you let out. Why? Because we're like little puffer fish. We're trying to make ourselves get bigger. So we're trying to accumulate more chi, right? Once you're full grown, you kind of notice that when you breathe in and out, it's kind of even. And that's just kind of how it goes. The thing is, as you get older and you don't pay attention though, you breathe in more. And then you breathe out a lot more than you breathe in. Or you breathe in and breathe out halfway and just hold your breath there in a state where it's not doing anything. And so you start burning up your chi. This is why whenever you start tapping into your cultivation rigs and doing your breath work, when you access your energy, your body wants to like lock up and not breathe because it's that in between state that gets the chi kind of riled up inside of you in some way. Then, whenever I see my friend passing, she breathed in very little and out a lot. It's like the body's chi, the dantian, just starts leaking, and like this, all the energy is flowing out of it. It's the bucket's just going. Their body is just breaking down. They can't keep chi or ki inside of them. Remember, ki in Japanese means air, but it also means your mood or your spirit as an energy, right? Enlil is known as the Lord of Command, but he's also known as the Lord of Air, a teaching of sky. Now remember, I've given this teaching before. Fire goes into water, and those two mix together, becoming ether. And then Father Sky rises because they've known each other, and Mother Earth goes down, right? In your mouth, out your mouth. That's a earth breath. In your mouth, out your nose. That's a water breath. In your nose, out your mouth. That's a fire breath. In your nose, out your nose. That's an air breath. And you can breathe in both and out both. That's an ether breath. See how that works? And don't forget that chi is.
Okay, so you know how you've got this hidden reserve of power deep inside you?
What? Earth to Gohan. What you're saying doesn't make any sense. It's this stuff. Look.
This star in a jar is made when a sound wave is passed through a small bubble inside a flask of liquid. And this sound wave makes the bubble do something remarkable. First, it expands, then it collapses. And this collapse happens so violently that vapor molecules trapped inside the bubble slam together and heat up so much that the bubble gives off an incredible burst of heat and light, several thousand times a second.
Chi can be considered like your internal vibration. It's how much you have stored in the different ways that it moves, the internal energy inside the dielectric field. Magnetism, electricity, the stuff like that. You sit there and you stand up, look out of your eyes, and like think about getting ready to race. On your mark, get set, and get actually intend to take off. And you'll feel your whole body start to ignite like fire. That's another aspect of chi. You can sit here and breathe in your nose and feel the air going into your belly and moving around in such circles over and over again. Think about it having a little arrow on top of it. Think about each breath like Krishna in his conch shell. Each breath that you breathe in, going into that area, inside the belly, just a breath here, builds upon this next breath, 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 builds upon the next breath, right? As you're doing this, you're accumulating something inside the center. It's like that bubble for the star or whatever. You start to form that inside yourself by doing the breath, and you form this whole conch shell. Krishna's conch. It's what you make. It's a thing. It's about the horns of heaven or whatever. Before you can do any of the cool stuff, you have to accumulate power. And the only way to do it is to do the actual action of being responsible for your breath and understanding what your breath was given to you for. I want to thank everyone for being so patient and waiting for the book to come out. I'm just doing research right now and actually building into it. I give you all this stuff so that you have something to do in the meantime, and the book is to provide an explanation behind it as well, like deeper thoughts and dreamings that have been shown by, the creator dude. So the book is definitely coming, but there also must be training that goes on. There's the kids being taken and the main problem that the sages and saints have to solve. So the book is kind of secondary, but I'm working on it. I'm putting together some good stuff, as you can tell. So, as Lahiri Mahasaya would say, don't forget to practice your breathing. Oh, and another cool trick. Leave your eyes half open, bottom half open, and you have like an horizon that forms. Stare off into the distance of light and just hold your eyes there. I hope you all enjoyed the ride. Bye for now. I'll see you all in a little bit.